Am I the asshole for not punishing my 5-year-old after he got suspended for fighting at school? So, I get a call while I'm at work. I see the school's number pop up and my stomach drops. You know that feeling, right? The what now kind of feeling. I take a deep breath and answer. Mr. Gordon, we need to discuss an incident that took place at school today involving your son. First thing I ask, is he okay? The principal clears his throat like he's about to drop some serious news. Physically, yes. However, we are requiring you to come to the school immediately to address this matter. I glance at my workload, already knowing this isn't going to be good. Can this wait till after school or maybe first thing tomorrow? No, Mr. Gordon. Your son is being suspended and must be picked up immediately. I pause. But you just said he's fine? Yes, physically he is. However, given our strict no violence policy, he must leave campus today. Now I'm irritated, but I grab my keys, tell my boss I'll be back later, and drive to the school. When I get there, they've got a whole committee waiting. Principal, assistant principal, counselor, school nurse, my son, and some other kids sitting across from him. I swear it felt like I was walking into a parole hearing. I walk in and lock eyes with my son. You okay, bud? He nods. Yes, sir. Before I can ask anything else, the principal straightens his tie and starts talking like he's giving a press conference. Mr. Gordon, before we proceed, I need you to understand that we take matters of violence very seriously at this school. I cross my arms. All right, so, what happened? The principal exhales like he's preparing for a long speech. Your son engaged in a physical altercation with another student during recess. As per our zero tolerance policy, this necessitates immediate disciplinary action. I hold up a finger. Hang on, let's hear from him first. Son, what happened? My boy looks up at me, calm as can be. This kid was picking on me at recess. He wouldn't stop. I frown. Did you ask him to stop? Yes, sir. How many times? One time, sir. And he heard you? Yes, sir. I turn back to the principal. All right, what's the problem here? The principal shifts in his chair. Mr. Gordon, while we understand that conflicts occur, we must emphasize that under no circumstances is physical retaliation an acceptable solution. Your son struck another student. I blink. So what you're saying is he defended himself. Violence, regardless of the context, is strictly prohibited. If a student is being mistreated, they are expected to report it to a teacher or staff member. I turn back to my son. Did you tell a teacher? Yes, sir. And what did they say? They told me to ignore it. Now I'm really pissed. I look back at the principal. So let me get this straight. My son gets bullied. He does what he's supposed to do and asks the kid to stop. The kid doesn't stop, and when he finally defends himself, he's the one getting punished. The principal gives me that tight-lipped look, the kind that says he knows I've got a point but won't admit it. Mr. Gordon, we have protocols in place to handle these situations. If every student took matters into their own hands, it would create an unsafe environment. I point at the other kid. And what happens to him? He will receive appropriate disciplinary action as well. Is he getting sent home? The principal hesitates. He will receive a warning and a discussion with the counselor. I let out a laugh, one of those disbelieving, you gotta be kidding me laughs. So my kid gets suspended, and the kid who started it gets a chat with the counselor? The assistant principal leans forward, trying to smooth things over. Sir, we understand your concern, but we have a responsibility to ensure a peaceful learning environment. Yeah? Then maybe the teachers should step in when kids are getting bullied instead of telling them to ignore it. The principal clears his throat. We will be reviewing our procedures. I kneel beside my son. Listen, son, you did the right thing. You asked him to stop. You told a teacher. When that didn't work, you made sure he wouldn't mess with you again. I'm proud of you. I stand up, face the principal, and shake my head. You want to punish him for standing up for himself? Fine. But don't expect me to teach my kid to be a victim. And then I walked out, my son's hand in mine, knowing damn well this wasn't over. The whole drive home, I'm fuming. My son sits quietly in the back seat, watching me through the rearview mirror. Did I do something wrong, Dad? I shake my head. No, son. You did exactly what you should have done. But sometimes people in charge don't always make the right decisions. He nods, still processing everything. Am I in trouble? Not with me. When we get home, I sit him down and talk to him about standing up for himself, about how sometimes the rules don't make sense, and about how I'll always have his back when he does the right thing. So, am I the asshole for not punishing my son for defending himself?